blame. They have a price to pay, and we are not going to relent. Tinubu said when he received leaders of the Yoruba Socio-Political Organization Afenifere at the State House in Abuja on Wednesday. So the picture you see on your screen are those that are there taking picture with the president. They are members of the Afenifere. The delegation was led by the leader of Afenifere, Pa Ruben Fashion-Ranti, Oba Olufalaye, and other eminent citizens. The president's special advisor on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngilale, revealed details of Wednesday talks in a statement titled, President Tinubu receives leaders of Afenifere, says they are achieving economic security in a fair and equitable system for all Nigerians. Speaking of security, the president declared that those who threaten the sovereignty of Nigeria will pay a heavy price. The declaration by Tinubu came days after Yoruba Nation agitators, dressed in military camouflage and armed with guns, stormed the Oyo State Government Secretariat, attempting to hoist the Yoruba Nation flag on the premises of the Oyo State House of Assembly. And the Yoruba Nation promoters are seeking the breakaway of the Yoruba people from the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But the president was speaking yesterday when he met with the leadership of the Afenifere, saying those people, they are going to be dealt with decisively. They are going to be dealt with according to the law. And when you look at that, you see that the Afenifere, what they have done was to show solidarity for the president, because when the incident happened, the first thing they did was to issue a statement saying, we didn't know all these agitators. We don't know their intention. We don't know where they came from. We don't know who sponsored them. We don't have any connection with them. And then even Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, that was popularly associated with the agitation for Yoruba Nation, had actually come out and said, presently, I'm not in support of any agitation. Yes, that calls for the breakaway of Yoruba people from Nigeria. That what we are calling for is peace and security. The people that have been tormenting people in Osun, in Oyo State, yes, that was why he rose up that time to fight them. And tranquility, peace had returned to those areas. So why will he call for any agitation again? That as long as Nigeria is peaceful, as long as Nigeria is united, yes, he's in accordance with that, and is going to support any government that will do that. But restructuring is what the Afenifere are calling for. That is resource control for the subnationals. I'm talking of the states. Yes, that is what they are calling for. But they said yesterday that they are in support of the government. What they said, because the spokesperson, the person who spoke on behalf of the Afenifere, was Oba Olufalaye. What he said, we're still going to talk about it much. But let Olumayo Wabajigin told you what I've just said.
Ohun tí amúhalóró tòní ló ní ṣe pẹ̀lú bí a ṣe ń parọ́ pé orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ọ̀kan ṣoṣo náà ni wá, torí àwọn orin tá a máa ń fi sójú ìwòran yín wọ́n á máa sọ pé ẹ jẹ́ kájọ ṣiṣẹ́ pọ̀, kájọ darapọ̀ pẹ̀lú ìfẹ́ láti wà ní ìṣọ̀kan lórílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Ìròyìn tá a máa mú wá lówùrọ̀ tòní, èyí tá a máa kọ́kọ́ gbé léde, òun ló wáyé nínú ìwé ìròyìn Punch ní òwúrọ̀ òní, níbi tó ti sọ pé àwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re àwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re ni wọ́n ti ṣe àbẹ̀wò sí wọ́n ní ìjìyà ńlá ni yóò wà fún àwọn tí ó fẹ́ da àlàáfíà àti ìṣọ̀kan orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà láàmú. Bí ìròyìn yẹn ṣe ń sọ pé ní àná aláṣẹ ló sọ ọ̀rọ̀ yìí síta níbi tí àwọn kan tó lọ ṣe àbẹ̀wò sí aláṣẹ. Ǹjẹ́ àwọn oníyẹn jẹ́ sáré kà ní pápápá, wọ́n ní aláṣẹ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu lánàá ló ti ṣe ìlérí pé ìjìyà tó nípọn fún èyíkéyìí ẹnikẹ́ni tó bá lọ́wọ́ àbí tó bá ń wá ìṣubú orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà àti tó ń wá ohun tí ò da àlàáfíà orílẹ̀-èdè yìí láàmú. Ó sọ pé ìṣèjọba òun ni wọ́n ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ takuntakun láti jà àti láti kojú àwọn onísùmọ̀mí, àwọn ajínigbé tí wọ́n ń da àlàáfíà orílẹ̀-èdè yìí láàmú, tí àwọn ò sì ní fi àyè gba ẹnikẹ́ni láti tún tẹ̀síwájú láti da àlàáfíà orílẹ̀-èdè yìí láàmú. Ó sọ pé gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n rò pé àwọn lè dúnkokò mọ́ ìdúróṣinṣin orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀kan ni wọ́n yóò fi ìmú dọrin òfin. Wọ́n ní ìjìyà ńlá ni wọ́n jẹ o, àti pé àwọn ò ní dẹ́kun láti tẹ̀síwájú. Tinubu ló sọ èyí nígbà tó ń gba àwọn àgbààgbà nínú ẹgbẹ́ àgbà Yorùbá tàmọ̀ sí Afẹ́nifẹ́re lálejò nílé ìjọba nílùú Àbújá lánàá. Ìròyìn náà jẹ́ kó dímọ̀ pé àwọn adarí náà tó jẹ́ pé àwọn tí ó lọ síbẹ̀ nínú ẹgbẹ́ Afẹ́nifẹ́re ni ẹni tó jẹ́ adarí lápapọ̀ fún ẹgbẹ́ Afẹ́nifẹ́re, alàgbà pa Reuben Fáṣọ̀rántì pẹ̀lú ọba Olúfàlàyé pẹ̀lú àwọn ọ̀tọ̀kùlú ní ilẹ̀ káàrọ̀ òjìrè ni wọ́n lọ ṣe àbẹ̀wò sí aláṣẹ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ pé àwa dúró digbí o pẹ̀lú ìṣèjọba tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tó jẹ́ olùdárò pàtàkì sí aláṣẹ fún ìròyìn àti ìpolongo Ajuri Ngelale ló sọ pé ọ̀rọ̀ yìí àti ìfọ̀rọ̀dọ́wọ́kẹ̀ tó wáyé láàrin aláṣẹ Tinubu nígbà tí ó ń gba àlejò àwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re ni ó sọ pé ìṣèjọba yìí ó ti ń gbìyànjú láti jẹ́ kí ètò ọrọ̀ ajé àti ètò ààbò orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà kí ó dúró digbí tí wọn ò sì ní fi ààyè gba ẹnikẹ́ni ìjìyà ńlá ni o. Ìròyìn náà ní ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ló wáyé lẹ́yìn àkọlù kan tó wáyé ní ìlú Ìbàdàn yẹn ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ níbi tí àwọn kan ti ń pera wọn ní ajìjàgbara fún ìdásílẹ̀ olè olómìnira Yorùbá tí wọ́n sì lọ sí ilé ìjọba tí ó ń bẹ ní Agodi ní Ìbàdàn tí wọ́n sọ pé àwọn fẹ́ rí àsíá ilẹ̀ Yorùbá mọ́ ilé ìgbìmọ̀ asòfin. Wọ́n sì jẹ́ kó dímọ̀ pé àwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ ni wọ́n ti ní àwọn kọ́ jáde kó tó di pé wọ́n lọ ṣe àbẹ̀wò sí aláṣẹ pé a ò mọ nǹkan kan o, àlàáfíà àtẹ̀síwájú orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà làwọn fọwọ́ sí, àwọn ò sì tẹ̀lé àwọn kan tí wọ́n pera wọn ní ajìjàgbara. Bákan náà ẹni tí gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ sí gbajúgbajà ajàgbara àti ajàfẹ́tọ̀ọ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ìyẹn olóyè Sunday Adéyẹmọ ni òun náà ti sọ̀rọ̀ sókè pé ìyẹn tí gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ Sunday pé èmi ò mọ̀ ń pa o, ètò ìṣèjọba tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́ yìí ó ń bá mi lára mu ó sì ń dùn mọ́ mi nínú. Tèmi ní pé kí a ṣàtúntò kí àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ tó ń bẹ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà kí wọ́n lè máa jàǹfààní ara wọn pẹ̀lú ohun tí wọ́n ń pa wọlé pé èyí tó lóyìnbó ń pè ní restructuring pé ṣùgbọ́n pẹ̀lú ìṣèjọba tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́ yìí àwọn fọwọ́ sí i. Bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn fọ́nrán kan náà àti ìròyìn kan ti ń jẹ́ kó di mímọ̀ pé gbogbo àwọn náà ní àmọ́ kankan o lọ́wọ́ sí o débi pé orúkọ obìnrin tí wọ́n pariwo pé ó kéde Yorùbá Nation Democratic Republic of Yorùbá Nation tó pè ní dry táwọn ò sì ní dry àwọn máa pọ̀ sí ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà àwọn máa bẹ́tà ní àní dry. Àwọn mọ̀lẹ́bí olóògbé MKO Abiola wọ́n ní àwọn ò mọ̀ rí o, àwọn ò mọ̀ kankan pa àwọn ò sì mọ̀ rí, wọ́n ní àwọn kọ́ nítorí kì í ṣe ara wọn mọ́ pé kó má di pé wọ́n á máa ní ìyàwó opó Abiola ló tún dá wàhálà sílẹ̀ ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Wọ́n ní kò sí tó ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Bákan náà ní ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ náà ti ṣiṣẹ́ takuntakun. Àwọn ọlọ́pàá ti wà ń gbòòrò fọ́nrán kan náà ta tún rí ló tún jẹ́ kó di mọ̀ pé iṣẹ́ ń lọ lọ́wọ́ wọ́n ti wá ń wá wọn báyìí wọ́n ti kéde wọn àti kàyé láti jẹta gbogbo wọn ti ń wá wọn. Afẹ́nifẹ́re ní àwọn ọmọ àwọn ò sì mọ àwọn tó ń ṣe àtìlẹ́yìn wọn àwọn ọmọ tó ń wá.
That's it. And from what we said before Abajige talked earlier in his remarks, the spokesperson for the delegation, that's Oba Olufalaye, commended the president for his courageous decisions, the rehabilitation of the Tomiland Bridge in Lagos, and other critical ongoing projects. Oba Falaye urged the president not to relent in ensuring fairness and equity for all Nigerians while noting the importance of a constitutional amendment to devolve powers to the states. That was what I said before I went, and I just wanted people to know that somebody spoke, not just only the president, somebody spoke among the delegates. That was Oba Olufalaye, and he talked about, if you remember, Olufalaye was the one that contested against former President Olusegun Obasanjo in 1999. Yes, and it was under Alliance for Democracy. That was AD. AD. Yes, AD versus PDP then. Yes, we are not talking politics here. Yes, that was during military era. But there was a time this Baba was suffering the hands of people that invaded his farm, and then they collected ransom, they kidnapped him and all of things. But because he believed in Project Nigeria, that Nigeria must become great, that was why they have gone right now to go to meet with the president in the Aso Rock Villa yesterday. And then he said they were solidly behind the president, but what they were clamoring for is that the president should work towards ensuring the amendment of the constitution and then ensure that the states, I'm talking of the subnationals in this country, they have the autonomy to control their resources. I was reading somewhere yesterday where the National Assembly was saying they have done some things about how to give autonomy to the local government, the 774 local governments in this country. And presently, they are going to pass this particular resolution to the State House of Assembly for them to ratify and see before they will now move it to the president for assent. Yeah, we're still looking forward to that. Whatever come out from that, We'll let you know later on. But presently, what we're talking about is that the president has spoken, and then we will not be too forward to tell you some of the breaking news that we are receiving. Yes, because action had begun. That was why I said Mr. President is an action man. He doesn't speak much, only action you will see. And then perhaps tomorrow, we don't want to break it, but before the end of today, you begin to hear it.
Ó ti break already.
Or we should break it.
Ó ti break already.
Okay.
Tó ti wà ń gbòòrò tó ti wà lórí ayélujára.
Okay.
Àbí ká sọ kọ́ lè wọ́n bóyá ń lọ.
Okay, Mayowa tell me.
Ẹ kí n tẹ̀síwájú bóyá ń sọ lọ pé a ti sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ pé aláṣẹ wa.
It's an action man.
Ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ takuntakun.
But he's a silent worker.
Kò ní sọ̀rọ̀ púpọ̀. Eléyìí ó ní bó ṣe jẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tó sọ yìí pé violent any agitator with poll price wọ́n wá sọ wọ́n á fi mú wọn dánrin òfin. Ó sọ eléyìí torí pé ó gba àwọn tiẹ̀.
Yes.
Àwọn tiwantiwa ṣe pé tó o bá ní ẹni nímọ̀sán wàá mú ò ní mú kíkan òun ló dífá fún pé ó ní àìrọ̀ o ẹ̀yin tèmi lẹ wá yìí gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ṣe sọ nínú ìròyìn yẹn wípé ẹnìkan ó ka ìròyìn yẹn síta ó sì sọ̀rọ̀ ó ṣojú àwọn ó gbẹnusọ fún àwọn Afẹ́nifẹ́re àwọn náà ní Ọba Olúfálàyè tẹ́ bá rántí dáadáa bàbá yìí ní òun àti Ọbásanjọ́ ni wọ́n jọ wàákò gẹ́gẹ́ bí aláṣẹ ní ọdún wọ́n jọ díje dupò aláṣẹ ní ọdún 1999 lọ́dún 1999 nínú ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú AD ńgbà yẹn òun ló ṣojú àwọn Yorùbá tí wọ́n ní bákan ṣùgbọ́n a dúpẹ́ pé òun lọ́ọ́ bá ṣe fẹ́ bàbá yìí wọ́n ní gbogbo ohun tí àwọn ń jà fún ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà tó dúró digbí lálàáfíà wọ́n wá ní ohun tí wọ́n béèrè fún òun ni pé kí wọ́n pín re láre ọkàn gbúdọ̀ ju kan ẹ jẹ́ kí a ṣàtúnṣe kó sì wà nínú òfin orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ìgbìmọ̀ yìí èrò yìí ni wọ́n gbé lẹ̀ síwájú aláṣẹ pé ohun tá a fẹ́ ni pé àní ẹ jẹ́ kó wà nínú òfin sẹ́ yìí pé kí oníkálukú ìpínlẹ̀ kankan kí wọ́n máa jẹ àwọn mùkútù ohun tí wọ́n ń pa kó má di pé kán sì pín agbára kó lọ bó ṣe kó lọ ìyẹn ni wọ́n pariwo restructuring tí àwọn ò ní kí orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà kó pín àbí kó túká bákan náà ni wọ́n ní gèmọ́ bí àbíká bẹ gẹ́gẹ́ bí aṣẹ́sẹ́gbẹ́ aláṣẹ ń ṣiṣẹ́ takuntakun ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ náà ń ṣiṣẹ́ torí wọ́n ní ibi tó ti kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ gangan nìyẹn bó lè jẹ́ pé àwọn kan tún gbìyànjú ẹ̀ láti lọ dá rúgúdù sílẹ̀ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun Èkìtì ṣùgbọ́n ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ikọ̀ elétò ààbò pẹ̀lú iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá wọn ti bọ́ sí gbòòrò tí wọ́n sì ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní wá gbogbo àwọn ẹni bí a ṣe rí ìròyìn kan a sì máa mú yẹn náà wá àwọn tí wọ́n ti fojú ba ilé ẹjọ́ magistrate lánàá tí wọ́n jẹ́ 29 ṣùgbọ́n fọ́nrán kan tó ń jà rẹ̀ báyìí pé ilé
that's what I want you to say.
ilé tí wọ́n ti kéde pé a ti di Democratic Republic of Yorùbá tí obìnrin náà jókòó sí tí wọ́n ní wọn mẹ́ni tó ń ṣe alátìlẹyìn ilé obìnrin wọn Modúpẹ́ Onítìrí Abíọ́lá ilé wọn ti dáwó congratulations torí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ wọn mọ̀ pé ìjọba amúnimóògùn ìjọba amúnimágbára ó mú débi pé ilé tó kọ́ tó wà ní agbègbè Olúyọ̀lé lábẹ́ ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ Sanyo wọ́n ní ilé ọ̀hún ojú títì ló wà tí ó tako ètò ìkọ́lé ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ẹ̀ẹ̀kejì bí wọ́n ṣe fojú àánú wò tẹ́lẹ̀ ní gbogbo yà kó ṣe àtúnṣe sí ẹ̀ẹ̀kejì ló tún wá jẹ́ pé ilé tí ẹ kọ́ sórí ọ̀nà tí ò tọ́ lẹ́tún wá fi ń ṣe nǹkan tó máa dá ìrúkèrúdò sílẹ̀ nílùú ilé náà wọ́n ti dáwó lulẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbé kiri orí fọ́nrán báyìí ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n ní wọn tí ì rí obìnrin ọ̀hún.
that was the breaking news this morning.
ẹ̀yẹn ni ó tàn báyìí pé wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́jú ni pé ó yá ní pápápá ẹ̀ dáwó lulẹ̀ pé ẹ sì wá èyí tó túmọ̀ sí pé àwọn ìṣèjọba yìí àti ìjọba tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́ àti tìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ gan bó lè jẹ́ pé ẹgbẹ́ alátakò ló wà wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ papọ̀ wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́ lẹ́yọ papọ̀ ní kì í ṣe pé oníkàlù pé àní àlàáfíà orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ìṣọ̀kan orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ó gbúdọ̀ dúró wọ́n ní ilé ẹni bí àti rí báyìí ẹ wó lulẹ̀ wọ́n sì ti wó lulẹ̀.
All right, that is that one from my partner here, and apart from that, with what the president said yesterday. That action will begin on those who are into agitating for the emancipation of the Yoruba nation. They, I think, with what the president said and the proclamation by the Afenifere, they will begin to see a follow-up story here on the newspaper, the Nation newspaper this morning. It has this headline. 29 agitators arraigned for treason orders in Ibadan. That's to tell you that when the president speaks, the action will follow. despite the fact that the governor in Oyo State is from opposition party, it's from PDP, while the one at the federal level is APC, yet they were working together collaboratively, like what Mayowa said. So now the story on the Nation newspapers reads, an Ibadan Chief Magistrate Court yesterday remanded 29 suspects for their involvement and roles in the aborted April 13 invasion of the Oyo State Government Secretariat. They were arraigned on a 7-count charge bordering on treasonable felony, unlawful society, illegal possession of firearms, going armed, and conduct likely to cause breach of peace. The offences, according to the investigative officer, police officer Bakari Razak, an inspector with the State Criminal Investigation Department, Iyaganku Ibadan, is contrary to and punishable under Section 516 of the Criminal Code Cap 38, Volume 11, Laws of Oyo State of Nigeria, year 2000. On Monday, the Oyo State Police Command paraded 21 suspects who were arrested during the invasion. And then the command arrested 8 more suspects linked to the security breach. The story is long, but what we just wanted to tell you is that those that were captured, the initial 21 and later 8 were, 21 plus 8 will give you 29. So they were arraigned in court yesterday, and we want to see what is going to be the end of this arraignment. They were charged for treasonable felony. And treasonable felony is a state offense. It's a crime against the state. Yes, like you want to forcefully take over a legitimate government, which is not permitted. For anyone that wants to say President Tinubu is not working, well, maybe you have to go to Abuja to face him and say that. But because the president is a Yoruba man, and these Yoruba people, this group of people, they are coming out to say, so the president must be very proactive, must not be silent, so that other regions will not be saying, other tribes will not be saying, you see now, it's because his own people, they are there, you see, he's not talking. That's why the president said, you begin to see action now. And the actions included the one you had now, the demolition of the house of that woman who declared himself as who is going to be the main leader. I don't know how she described herself. And of course, the arraignment of these 29 agitators yesterday. So the end result we shall see very soon. So if you are there and you want to join them, please, we are appealing to you, don't join them. Nigeria is a sovereign state, and therefore a sovereign state, it must remain united. Even if you want to break away, there is a procedure. We have the United Nations Organization and they have their charter. You have to follow it. If you don't follow it, you can't just say you want to break away anyhow. And Nigeria will not even break away because we want a better Nigeria. Mayowa.
Ní pápápá ohun tí a tún rí nínú ìwé ìròyìn The Nation láàárọ̀ yìí pẹ̀lú àwọn ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ní ti àwọn tí wọ́n ní wọ́n mú àwọn 21 ni wọ́n kọ́kọ́ mú látàrí àkọlù tí wọ́n ṣe sílé ìjọba ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́, ṣùgbọ́n ní àná àwọn 21 yìí tó túbọ̀ sí pé àwọn 21 wọ́n tún ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní tọ́ka tí wọ́n fi ráwọ́ tó àwọn 8 sí. Wọ́n ní lánàá sí ní ìlú Ìbàdàn, ìyẹn ilé ẹjọ́ magistrate lánàá ni wọ́n ti ṣe kó àwọn afurasí 21 èyí tí wọ́n nípa nínú bí wọ́n ṣe gbìyànjú láti yàwọ̀ ilé ìjọba ìyẹn ní oṣù tá a wà yìí, ìyẹn ti ṣe ọjọ́ Sátidé tó lọ. Wọ́n wá ní àwọn wọ̀nyí tí wọ́n kó lọ sílé ẹjọ́ yìí ni wọ́n fi ẹ̀sùn 2 ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ tí wọ́n fi kàn, ẹ̀sùn tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ìgbìmọ̀ ìdìtẹ̀ láti gba ìjọba àti wíwà nínú ẹgbẹ́ tí kò tọ̀nà àti níní àwọn ohun ìjà olóró ní àkámọ́ wọn àti ní àkàtà wọn tí ó sì jẹ́ pé ó lòdì sí òfin àti dídá àlàáfíà ìlú láàmú. Wọ́n ní àwọn ẹ̀sùn náà èyí tí wọ́n ní ẹni tó jẹ́ olùwádìí fún iléeṣẹ́ ọlọ́pàá Razak Bakari tó jẹ́ inspector fún àwọn tá a mọ̀ sí CID ní Ìyágànkú nílùú Ìbàdàn ni ó sọ pé ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ òun gbogbo ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tí wọ́n ṣẹ̀ yìí ló wà lábẹ́ òfin tí wọ́n pè ní Section 516, ìyẹn tí ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tó wà ní òfin tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ìwà ìbàjẹ́, ìyẹn Cap 38 Volume 2, ìyẹn òfin ti ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà tọdún 2000. Wọ́n sọ pé àwọn 21 tí wọ́n kọ́kọ́ ráwọ́ tó ni wọ́n bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní tọ́ka tí wọ́n fi mú àwọn 8 sí, tí wọ́n fi di pé bí a bá ti fa gbòòrò báyìí gbòòrò àfagbó. Òun la ṣe jẹ́ kó dímọ̀ pé ìjọba aláṣẹ Muhammadu Buhari kọ́ lélẹ́yìí ìjọba Tinubu ni tó yẹ pé ọmọ Yorùbá tiwa ni, kò wá ní lajú ẹ̀ lẹ̀ kí ọmọ Yorùbá àbí ẹgbẹ́ kan nílẹ̀ Yorùbá kí wọ́n tún fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní da àlàáfíà àti ìṣọ̀kan orílẹ̀-èdè láàmú. Wọ́n ní aláṣẹ ò ní dákẹ́ torí pé àwọn kan wà níbì kan tí wọ́n máa wò pé bóyá kò ní sọ̀rọ̀ ṣèbí ó ti ní opó Abíọ́lá lòun ṣé kò ní sọ̀rọ̀ ni Yorùbá nation lákòókò yìí bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn igun ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ bí a ṣe ní Àrẹwà la ní Biafra tí gbogbo náà ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ lábẹ́lẹ̀ ṣáájú àkókò yìí ṣùgbọ́n tí gbogbo wọn ti sọ pé wọ́n Nàìjíríà ní gbogbo à ń fọn rere tó sì jẹ́ pé wọ́n Nàìjíríà wọn náà là ń gbàdúrà pé ó di better Nàìjíríà aláṣẹ ń ṣiṣẹ́ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí bó bá ṣe ń lọ pẹ̀lú ìgbẹ́jọ́ wọn àti ibi tó bá dá sí a máa fi tó ilé tí nìkànnì yìí ṣùgbọ́n èyí ṣàjẹ́ kó di mọ̀ pé ìwọ tó wà ń tàtẹ́ ní ìwọ náà fẹ́ lẹ darapọ̀ mẹ́gbẹ́ wọn ṣọṣẹ́ o torí ẹgbẹ́ tí kò tọ̀nà ẹgbẹ́ tí kò bá òfin mu ni ẹgbẹ́ tó lòdì sí ìṣèjọba orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ẹ ká ṣọṣe kí a sì yàgò fún ìwà tí ó máa ba orílẹ̀-èdè àbí tó máa da àgbo ẹ̀nà.
Now, coming back to Ogun State, something happened yesterday, and we'll be looking at it when we return from the music break. Don't touch the channel. It's Ogo Osupa TV, and the program is Better Nigeria.
As a people with one song, with one voice, we're a nation undivided and poised. We will take a stand and build our land in faith to defend what is ours. Here we are as a people with one heart for one cause. We're determined to rebuild and restore. We're freedom rise and truth prevails. Our land where there's hope for us all. Our land where there's hope for us all.
Yes, let's defend our country. Let's defend Nigeria. I am a Nigerian. What of you? Are you a Nigerian? Not just being a Nigerian, but are you a patriotic Nigerian? Yes, are you a patriotic Nigerian? Are you working towards the progress and the political and socio-economic development of Nigeria? Because that is why we are here on Ogo Osupa TV. As we are here every day, we talk about what we make Nigeria to progress and to open your eyes to what you also can do. Because some people will say, I don't know how to do it now. It's only politicians that can do it. No, it's not necessary that you have to be a politician or even join politics before you can contribute. That your community, you can do something to make Nigeria great. Yes, the pothole that you find on your street, you can gather men to fix it. If you see somebody who is doing what is wrong, you can draw the attention of the person to it. If you are in your community and you pay the security levy regularly, you are contributing. But if you are not paying security levy, they have to chase you before you pay it, except you are financially down and you make them to understand that, please, I'm sorry, I'm going to pay. But there are some people, they'll be telling them you have not paid for security levy, and they'll be using strong air to say, if I've not done it, what will happen? Yes, that means you are not contributing to the development of Nigeria. Because we want Nigeria to be secured, we want Nigeria to progress, and it must be a collective responsibility. And I always say it, use your mouth to say something good about Nigeria. Yes, we always make example of America. A typical America will say, God bless America. Have you used your own mouth this Thursday morning, to say, God bless Nigeria? Nigeria is progressing and it will never go backward. That's it. You welcome back. Better Nigeria is the program on this beautiful TV station. And quickly, because we don't have much time on our side here, we'll come back home, that's Ogun State, and we're talking about education this time around. And the story we'll be using as a guide is on the Nigerian Tribune newspapers with this headline, Ogun Group engaged over 5,000 learners on abacus skills. Yes, when I saw this abacus, I remember when I was in JS1, abacus. There's this simple machine for counting, for doing addition and for doing subtraction. And the headline now is Ogun Group engaged 5,000 learners on abacus skills. That's what you see displayed. So you see those children, the students, you see them, they are holding that simple machine. They call it abacus. Yes, for counting, and then they are using to do calculation. What do they want to use it for in Ogun State? What does the group want to use it for? According to the paper, I'm talking of the Nigerian Tribune this morning, the wife of Ogun State Governor, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, has described education as the key to unlock the potential of the youth and empower them to become agents of change in society. The First Lady spoke at the training program where a total of 5,043 secondary school students in the state were trained on a counting machine, abacus, to solve mathematical calculations. The program was organized by the International Academy for the Gifted in collaboration with Ogun State government, held at Dipo Odino International Stadium, Ijebu-Ode, that's in Ogun State. Speaking about the program, the wife of the Ogun State governor said it is imperative to encourage learners to adopt the usage of abacus skills for mathematical calculations, noting that it will not only enable them to compete favorably with their mates in other nations of the world, but also take educational system to higher pedestal. Mrs. Abiodun stated that science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics as STEM education is not only essential for personal and professional development, but also for driving innovation and economic goals. Hence, the reason for the Prince Dapo Abiodun government's commitment to ensuring that every child has access to effective STEM teaching. And there are other people that spoke there. We'll be looking at what they said. But basically, because of what we've been saying, that our children, both in primary and secondary, they are now on holiday. So the wife of the president, in collaboration with that organization, they thought it wise that it will be good for these children to be engaged. That was why they tried to bring together over 5,000 learners so that they can learn how to use the machine, that's abacus, the counting machine, abacus, to do calculation of mathematics, addition and subtraction. Yes, it's a very good machine for doing that. So they brought them together, that instead of these learners, these children roaming about the street, or some people engaging them in heinous acts, or making them to be wary of carrying their books, as the time for resumption is drawing closer, because on the 29th of this month they are going to resume. So for them to be engaged with their books and with their studies, that was why the mother of the state, that's Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, had to call them together and say, let's train you on the use of abacus. So if we talk politics, let us talk about education. You remember, education is very key, according to what the wife of the governor said. If you want the country to develop, you have to develop education, because today's children, they are the future leaders, and you have to use education as a tool to mold them so that they can become good instruments of nation building in future.
Jẹ́ kí mi náà sáré mu ní pápápá lédè Yorùbá. Wọ́n ní tá a bá lọ tá a bá bọ̀ àfi ká padà sí ilé, torí ilé ẹni gangan láti kẹ́sọ̀rọ̀dé. Ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn ni ìròyìn eléyìí ló ti jáde tó jẹyọ lánàá ní ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ọ̀hún wáyé, ṣùgbọ́n èyí gangan ló wà nínú ìwé ìròyìn Nigerian Tribune, níbi tó ti ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹgbẹ́ kan ni wọ́n ti ṣe àkójọpọ̀ àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tí wọ́n lé ní 5,000 láti dá wọn lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ lórí lílo ẹ̀rọ kan tí wọ́n pè ní abacus. Ìyẹn ẹ̀rọ yìí ni wọ́n lò láti fi ṣe ìṣirò àròpọ̀ àti ìyọkúrò. Wọ́n ní ìyàwó gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn, arábìnrin Bámidélé Abíọ́dún, ló ṣàpèjúwe pé ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ó ṣe pàtàkì láti ró àwọn ọ̀dọ́ lágbára ní àkókò yìí kí wọ́n lè jẹ́ irinṣẹ́ fún ìyípadà ọ̀tun sí orílẹ̀-èdè àti sí agbègbè. Obìnrin àkọ́kọ́ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn ni ó sọ̀rọ̀ níbi tí wọ́n ti ń ṣe ètò ọ̀hún tí wọ́n ṣe fún àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tí wọ́n wà nílé ẹ̀kọ́ girama tí wọ́n lé ní 5,043 ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní lo ẹ̀rọ kan. ìwátàwà kékeré la máa ń lo ẹ̀rọ ọ̀hún bíi pákó báyìí, wọ́n á fẹ̀rẹ̀sì láàrin àti àwọn ìlẹ̀kẹ̀ láti kọ́ wọn ní ní ètò ìṣirò. Wọ́n ní ètò náà ní àjọ kan tí wọ́n pè ní International Academy for the Gifted ni wọ́n ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn tí wọ́n sì ní láti ṣe àtìlẹ́yìn fún ìṣèjọba tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́. Wọ́n ṣe nínú dípọ̀dínà International Stadium tó wà ní Ìjẹ̀bú Òde ní àná. Wọ́n ní ọwọ́ tó bá dilẹ̀ ní èṣù ń yálò. Òun ló dífá fún pé bí ìyàwó gómìnà ṣe ní irọ́ o àwọn ọmọ yìí wọ́n wà ní ìsinmi tòótọ́ ṣùgbọ́n ẹ̀ka tún kọ́ wọn ní nǹkan kan tó yẹ pé tó bá máa padà sílé ìwé ní ọjọ́ 29 oṣù tí àwa ìtàn máa wọlé padà lẹ́yìn ìsinmi wọ́n tún ní ọpọlọ tuntun wọ́n tún ní òye tuntun torí pé àwọn ni a rí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ògo ọjọ́ ọ̀la. Ìgbà kan náà níbi ọdún bíi 40 ọdún sẹ́yìn àwọn náà máa wo tẹlifíṣàn báyìí ni a máa ní mo fẹ́ wo series toba mo fẹ́ wo engineer abu mo fẹ́ wo Fúnmi Kókà ní orí NTA ṣùgbọ́n lónìí àwa náà rèé àwa náà ti dẹni tó wà lórí tẹlifíṣàn láti máa sọ fún yín níkànnì Ògo Òṣùpá tẹlifíṣàn wípé àwọn ọmọ wa ògo ọ̀la ni a gbúdọ̀ jẹ́ kí wọ́n kàn máa ṣeré kiri ní ìyàwó gómìnà ṣe ni ó yá karú wọn lágbára ìgbà táwọn máa tún wọlé padà ń sìn àwọn náà tún ní mo ti mọ eléyìí lò ọpọlọ á tún jí pépé sí i torí gbogbo ètò yìí náà ló ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ sáyẹ́ǹsì ètò ẹ̀kọ́ àti àwọn ìmọ̀ ẹ̀rọ àti iṣẹ́ tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ọpọlọ jíjí pépé. Ẹ̀yin òbí náà ẹ jẹ́ ká darapọ̀ bó ṣe ń sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan ní àgbájọ la fi sọ̀yà ẹnìkan ẹ má sọ pé wọ́n kọ́ ní ìjọba o gbogbo àní ìjọba ọkùnrin kan ṣiṣẹ́ kan nípínlẹ̀ Ògùn báyìí lábẹ́òkúta báyìí Mercedes Benz V-boot ló máa fi kó òkúta ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní fi dí títì kiri ní àná wà ní agbègbè
it's part of what I'm saying
Nàwárùdín Ìṣàbọ̀ ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní di ó ti ṣe nígbà kan níwájú Àrò Olómọre Benz V-boot.
And somebody will be saying he has a political motive.
Wọ́n ló ní motive kíni ọkùnrin ní kò òun ò lè máa wò ó kó máa rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ìtọ́jú mọ̀ sí pé òun ti ń ṣe ojúṣe tiẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà dáadáa àwọn náà ní ṣe ojúṣe tiwa láti jẹ́ kó tó yín létí ẹ̀yin náà ẹgbẹ́ ìgbà ipa tí ẹ̀sà ipa yín láti lè jẹ́ kí orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà kó dé bẹ́tà tí à ń sọ. Wo kò ní jí báyìí lọ lóòrọ̀ tòní lórí ètò bẹ́tà Nàìjíríà látọ̀dọ̀ tèmi lédè Yorùbá ìyẹn Olúmáyọ̀wá Àbàjìgì ni mo sọ pé gbogbo tá a máa ṣe pátá ká dìde ká jígìrì pé orílẹ̀-èdè yìí mi níbò míì tí wọ́n máa pè lórílẹ̀-èdè mi orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ni mí ọmọ Nàìjíríà ni mí ó gbúdọ̀ bẹ́tà lásìkò tèmi pẹ̀lú iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ mi kí gbogbo àkó lè dá kò ní dá á dá kò ní bàjẹ́ ìpàdé wa ti di lọ́la láṣẹ Èdùmàrè.
Well, that is the situation here in Ogo Osupa TV. We want to sincerely appreciate everyone who has joined us since the commencement of the program this beautiful Thursday morning. Tomorrow, Friday, is another day when we'll be bringing to you the final one on this program, Better Nigeria. Now that government is making efforts to fix areas that are needing a quick intervention, we also have to collaborate and work with the government. And concerning what is happening in Ogun State, government is doing its own. So parents, teachers, schools, are you ready to do your own as we prepare for resumption of these students on April 29th? Till tomorrow when we meet again, my name is Wale Oloyede. Let's work towards ensuring Nigeria becomes a better place for every one of us. Till tomorrow. Bye-bye.
We believe in this nation. Different tongues, we're united.